my home. Today's Monday. We are going to work, honey. I work a full-time job. I work at a cosmetic dermatology center, and that's just how I make my money. But I will tell you that, like, for me, like being a black trans woman, it was so important to not necessarily be a sex worker. I am not that sexual of a person, so I could I have like issues with like sex and connection and stuff like that. So it takes a lot for me to be comfortable enough to like sleep with someone. And I don't know that that's like I don't know that that's normal. And I've always been like that. Even when I was a teenager and I was young and I was first starting to explore and all of those things, I've always had issues like being comfortable. It's like I go into like a panic attack silently though inside, like an anxiety attack, a panic attack, like inside. For me, just kind of wasn't an option. And also like I've always wanted to do something with my life. I think that's doing something with your life is that too. Let me be clear. Being a successful sex worker is fucking iconic. And I have a lot of friends who are successful sex workers and they're happy and I love them and I love like their lane of success for them because it agrees. Like they're in their element. But they're sexual people. You know what I mean? They thoroughly enjoy sex and sexual connections and their physical, like their love language is physical touch. Mine is not physical touch, honey. I clam up when someone touches me. Um, so just different lanes. But for me, it's been a bit different. I'm really grateful now for the opportunities that I've gotten with working jobs. And this one now, I work in a cosmetic dermatology center, which is so aligned with like who I am as a trans woman and my journey, which you guys are new here because I'm new here. So please don't forget to subscribe and you'll learn all about that, like the plastic surgery, the gender affirming care, and all of those things, and the body dysmorphia, and just how I felt about myself and hair growth. Like I used to grow a full beard. I mean, I literally wanted to jump out of the window every day looking at myself. But the process has been true. And so anyway, I've gotten this far working at a cosmetic dermatology center, and it just really agrees and aligns with like who I am as a person, what my story has been, what my journey has been, and like also like what I want the future to look like for people like me, and having access to things like this. So you guys will learn a lot more about that as we go through this journey. For me, my life will somehow center around beauty, aesthetics, cosmetic dermatology, plastic surgery, and mental health. And of course, transness. But I like to think being trans is not. My lips are so dry. Please excuse me. We're about to get ready anyway. Let me wash my hands. I'll come right back. We'll start putting on some things. All right. So this is an eye serum by a brand called Ipara. Let's see if you guys can see that. Focus camera. There you go. Ipara. It's an eye serum. Under eye serum, I needed it. I like to just put a little dab right there. Then I'll rub it in actually. It's been a journey. Just trying to get my fucking flowers while I'm alive, child, and keeping it cute, and also like creating a life for myself. But with that said, I live in New York. Like this tiny apartment. I'm very grateful for what I have, but it's hard. It's really hard to not have that fast cash, that easy access to like money because you see so much wealth around you living in New York. Literally, New York has changed so much in the time that I've been here that like if you're not wealthy, you're gonna live like this. And I work every day, and I end up like my paychecks pay for my living. Like it pays for my rent, my food, my bills, and maybe I can buy myself something if I like am super careful with my money throughout the month. With like eating out and things like that, that's a big one. If I cook from home, I end up saving a lot more money than eating out. So I've been doing a lot of that lately, just trying to, have more money because I need to buy a new coat and like all of those things. So anyway, um, this is a new journey for me, and I'm very hopeful for like what doors this might open. So you're here from the beginning, baby, and you're gonna be here throughout. So thank you so much for watching, and just continue. I'm gonna get dressed, and I'll come right back. All right, so I'm checking in midway. I have a little bit of foundation, a little bit of concealer. Now I have to. Oh, and I did a little shaping, not too much. I like my makeup to look natural during the daytime at work. Honey, I am not trying to scream showgirl or, you know, anything other than cis woman, honey. No, 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 I take that back. I am never trying to claim cis woman. I want people to know that I'm a trans woman, but I want them to understand and see the uniqueness in my transness, right? Because trans is this like huge topic right now. It has become such a trend for good reasons and bad reasons, but I do want to shed light on the fact that so many trans women are being murdered still, and that light is very small. So, I kind of want to be muted a little bit sometimes. I want to be able to have a conversation with people and not have them be distracted by my transness, although that's kind of inevitable sometimes. But more times than not, I feel like just keeping it cute, looking super cute, not too much, because the girl can put the glam on, I can put the glam on, I can be glam, 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 but you girls know, all the girlies and the TikTok girls and the Instagram babes and and the YouTube girlies, all y'all know that glam looks good for like 1 hour, maybe 2 hours, but not 8 hours, honey. 8 hours, you're during the daytime in a situation where you're face to face with people with overhead lighting and natural daytime lighting, like on the New York City subway, or walking into the Trader Joe's that's crowded in Brooklyn, or in the dermatology center. Like it gives, honey, I've been up for 3 days, I'm greasy, and you start to feel bad too when it feels like that. So never aiming for that. Now, when I go out, honey, okay, she's putting on a lash, she's putting on everything, full, and she's giving you girls a look, honey, as always. Um, but when I'm not going out, it's a different me. So I'm really happy to have that versatility too, because I know a lot of people can't turn that on and off. You either, but I will say, not to shame anyone, I will say it took me a really long time to get to this place. A lot of you are going to learn about me and you're going to think that this is just all come so natural to me, everything about my life. It has not. It has been a journey. It has been a journey of hard work, sacrifice, dedication, tears, girl. I'm on my knees praying. That's a whole other journey that we'll talk about. But yes, I pray. I pray severely. And I cry in prayer and I worship on Sundays and like all of these things that I have done for so many years. I literally don't have much family. I have a lot of angels, but I don't have family. I have a few people in my family that are here since my childhood, and they are old. They're old. And my grandmother, who was my best friend in the whole wide world, God rest her soul, died at 93, about 6 years ago now. And she was literally an angel on earth. So she's in heaven now. I love you, Grammy. And she is watching over me. I am absolutely certain of it. But I do believe that I'm living out her prayers now, because sometimes I just be going through things in my life and I'm be like, like I could do anything. I can be anything. And like, this what I'm doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I have this block around me. Like, I can't go too crazy. I can go out drinking and like, for whatever reason, like at a certain point, it's just like, it just stops, no matter how much I drink, either I'm going to get sick or I'm going to just be done with it. Like literally, I've done so many things as experiences. And nothing has ever addicted me. Thank God. There's a long line of addiction in my family. You know, and that was like a traumatic childhood for me. But I don't blame anyone because my family came from South Carolina to Maryland and DC, and my grandmother was 93. You have to remember something. So this was in like the 80s when they did this. And she did this she had 9 kids, by the way. And she did this for a better life, And so when we came to DC, Maryland, my family, was placed in like projects, right? Because in that time, it was like this whole Ronald Reagan movement or whatever. At that time, that was what the government thought. I can't speak for the government, honey. I don't understand the government. But what I will say is I believe that the government thought that that was a way to give, I guess, people from the South that were still experiencing like racism and segregation, um, a way to have a better life, I hope. But it did the exact opposite because, well, yeah, it did the exact opposite because it placed all of these like people in like one area, and they didn't have opportunities. I mean, they didn't really. I guess they fought and they fought and they fought and now we live in their fight. The things that they fought for, we're living in now. That's why I always tell people like it's important for us to stand up for something and fight for something because the things that we fight for, people will be living. They'll be living in the answers of that in the future. So growing up like that, it was kind of hard, and then drugs came around, and you guys know, like in the late '80s, early '90s, when drugs came into the projects and the ghettos of DC, it was like what it was. Girl, it was insane. But I survived all of that. You know what I mean? And I meet people now who could never imagine the things that I've seen, been a part of, been in environments where these things happen. They would never know that because I've evolved so much, and it has never held me back. And I truly believe that those are the answers to like my grandmother's prayers, because she was a church woman, honey. She went to church and she was a church woman, honey. She was a mother of the church and she really lived that out. You know what I mean? Now, I know firsthand Christianity in the black church is quite problematic, especially when it comes to like trans people, gay people. I have seen people like disown their kids just because of the church. You know what I mean? And I think that that's disgusting, by the way. But my grandmother never let that happen. She was always like, no, this is my baby. And she was just a fighter, man. That woman has so much integrity. I wish she was here to see my life now. But, she lived her life 93 years old, we could all pray for that, but it was a thing. So anyway, I'm gonna finish getting dressed, honey. I'm gonna put it on, and I'm taking you guys with me today on the train to work and whatever errand I have to run. This is a weekly vlog, my first ever vlog. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared. I am so scared. I don't know why. This feels so like y'all gotta see, y'all gotta stick here, y'all gotta support me. So please, if you see this, share it. Leave a comment. I want to know. I want to get to know you guys. I don't want to do a weekly vlog every week and not get to know you guys. I'm not better. Like, look, this is my life. I'm not better than anyone. I don't ever want to have that aura of myself. I want to do this. I want to do this because I think it's time for me to have this platform, I think it's time for me to show my life to people, and I know for sure that someone will be helped. Someone will learn and grow from my experiences, and I get choked up because, like, these things I've wanted to do for so long, but I've been held back. I've been held back by like focusing on work, focusing on paying my bills, taking care of my dogs, like all of these things. Just because I'm afraid, I have been afraid of failing and not having these things. It's a lot. But this for me is like, I'm so happy that I've done it. I'm so happy that at least I've started recording this video. At least this video will go out. So congratulations, Brandy. By the way, my name is Brandy. Brandy with an I. Last name Azonia, but we'll just go with Brandy. My name is Brandy. And you guys might have seen me already on YouTube. I did a couple of projects, or I was a part of a couple of projects that did go viral. So, Trans Woman Dates for Love, you can search that on YouTube, Trans Woman Dates for Love, and you'll see me on like this dating experiment. Girl, that's a whole carry. We'll talk about that if you want, so let me know, but you should definitely see it. And I also participated in a project called Walking While Trans, which was this experiment, this social experiment in New York City when I first moved here. And that also went viral, and it's also on YouTube. So you guys should also see that too. And you'll learn a lot about me just through those things, but you're gonna learn even more throughout this process. So thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribing is going to be super important for me to establish this and keep going. I'm not going to give up, by the way. So if you don't subscribe now, maybe you will in the future. But at any case, thank you so much for your time. And I'll see you guys in a bit. Let me finish getting dressed. Okay, so she's all dressed for today, and I feel super cute. So this is what I mean when I say just supernatural. It's definitely giving you something. It's just not giving you everything. So my look for today is oversized, and this is all men's wear, by the way. And I know what you might be thinking. Why are you wearing men's clothing? Well, let's be honest with ourselves. For me, I'm 6 foot, and I'm a trans woman. So oversized women's clothing doesn't necessarily fit that oversized for me. And also I'm super confident in myself, so men's clothing does not get to me that bad. There's a siren in the back. Again, I live in Brooklyn, so you hear that? That's what it is. But so men's clothing doesn't necessarily make me question anything. So let me just show you what it is. And I'm still figuring out angles and stuff, so bear with me. But this is just all from H&M. Super oversized top, oversized trousers, all black, New York uniform, also work uniform. So that's what it gives. It's super cute. We are about to head out for the day. We are going to work. We're going to get on the train. I have a return to make to H&M, so I think I want to do that before going to work because I get off super late, so it won't work. So yeah, let me just I'm gonna gather my things together. I'm gonna wear this is the bag I'm gonna wear today. Black bag. Again, do not think she's the girl. She's not. She literally has saved and bought things. But this is the bag I'm wearing today. So it goes crossbody as well. I think I'm going to do crossbody just to give it like a little flair. And some sunglasses, all black as well. And that's it. So let's get this day started. Okay, so we are outside in the hood, headed out for today. Again, this is Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, girls, and this is the day, honey. I'm so grateful to have you beauties coming with me. On the train, I got my H&M bag that we are going to do a returnal because, honey, she needs the cash. These are Versace glasses, by the way. I'm obsessed with them. I wear them every fucking day, and I don't see that changing for a while. I've been looking at some Bottega glasses that I want. Yep. So the train station's right here. I'm gonna get on it, honey. Riding the train while trans, that should be a show. That should be a show. Sometimes people can't control themselves, especially let me see if I can zoom out. Okay, it's all the way out. Cute, look at that. Is it a zoom? Perfect. Oh, so much better. You see? Yeah, sometimes people can't control themselves on the train, especially old women. They're just staring at the girl. Let's go. So I don't do the tappy tap just based on, I don't know, I just don't like it. I don't like the tracking aspect of it, so I don't. But we're headed in. Let's go. We have made it off of the train. We are now in a neighborhood called Williamsburg, where the beautiful people reside and frequent. Now, I will say, I know that that sounds foreign to a bunch of you, or any of you. If you don't follow me on TikTok, you don't know that joke. On my TikTok, whenever I come to work, because I was doing mini vlogs on TikTok, and I would always talk about the people here, how beautiful they were. And it just became this thing where I would say where they reside and frequent. So we're here, headed in. I am late, so I did not get an opportunity to go and do the return, but I'll try later. Looks like it's gonna be a late day, so we'll see. I'm out of breath, chow. Those subway stairs will take you down. So let's head in. Okay, so I am on lunch now and still in Williamsburg. By the way, work is a lot. So I have like this boss who, girl, I don't know how to explain it. Just like, you know, those people who have no like respect for people or their time, or just like, or like they feel like they're above you, so they like act that way. So I have to breathe. Have to breathe deeply and remember that, honey, I am black and I am trans, and I can't always say what I want to say in spaces that pay me money. So we're headed out to get some food. Food always makes me feel better. No matter what is going on, if I can eat, I will feel better. So, I love this type of thrift because very retro, might be very yiked. So, welcome to my office. It is not glam, honey. It's giving, this is just where I do my work. We're on lunch. I got some kava. By the way, kava to me is like so good. If you haven't tried, I'm sure you have, but if you haven't tried it, it's a Mediterranean bowl like thing. It's kind of like a Chipotle bowl, but healthier. So I get greens, and then I get like all of these like Mediterranean. So it's falafel, greens, rice, all these salsas and stuff. I love it. That's what we're having for lunch. I did take the vlogging camera with me because I thought that I would like start vlogging. And I did a little bit of it, but you know, it was kind of weird to try and vlog in the actual store. So I'm sure I'll get to that point. But I stopped off at Trader Joe's on the way in because kombucha is what I got. Now, if you're eating a bowl from Kava, then you already know you're either gonna have to poo or you're gonna have to you're gonna be burping and stuff afterwards. So I like to drink kombucha afterwards because it kind of like settles my stomach. And I like the passion fruit, not settle my stomach because I don't think my stomach actually is unsettled, but actually keep everything calm. So I like the passion fruit. Is it gonna focus? There it is. Passion fruit flavor. This is my favorite. This has live probiotics and so many other different things in it. And you know, back in the day, the girls would say, honey, a ginger ale would make everything go away. But I truly believe, and I still love a ginger ale. If I'm like feeling physically ill in my stomach, then you better believe I'm drinking a ginger ale. But I honestly think on a day to day, this bad boy right here, this princess, she's the one. Yeah. So this is my office. This is where I take my calls. This is where I send my emails. This is where I do all of my strategizing, my planning. This is where I have meetings with my team. Um, and it's very small. I'll give you guys a little glance. It's very, very small. It's kind of like a storage room almost. Laws are there. All of the equipment's there. So it's giving, it's not giving glam, but child, we make some things happen out of here. So I'm really, and also like I'm just grateful, like even to have it. So, yeah. So that's it. This is lunchtime. I'm about to devour this bowl, and then I have a bunch of meetings today. Today's Tuesday. No, sorry guys. Today's Tuesday, not Monday. Today is Tuesday, and on Tuesdays I have a lot of meetings, so I end up leaving work late. So I just want to eat now because the later part of my day is like, and then after that I go home and walk the dogs and recuperate from this. Tomorrow's Wednesday, I'm off, so I'll do some at-home vlogging. Also have a few chores because I didn't get to go to H&M on the way here because the train was like running late. That's a whole story. I think I'll tie it in somehow. But tomorrow I'll actually go to H&M and do the return because, honey, it's just about $50. But girl, I need that $50 in my account, honey. Didn't I just tell you she has to save? Honey, she can and look, and she bought this, so that $50 is coming back to my account. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And no apologies needed. Some people buy things and they're like, oh, I'm sure I'll wear it one day. It's like, no, if I'm not wearing, if it's not fitting into the rotation of my wardrobe, like immediately, she has to go back, honey. Yes. And it's a skirt. Let me show you the skirt, actually. Where is it? So, this is the skirt. I thought it was so cute, to be quite honest with you. And this is the front. It's like a midi kind of skirt. And then this is the front, and it has a slit. So the slit goes up pretty high. And I thought it would be really, and I might keep it. I might actually keep it. Because it might, let me think about it. So, you know what? It was meant for me not to be able to return it today. Because now looking at it again and feeling like it, let me think about it. It might work. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll let you guys know. Either way, I will pick up my camera and vlog tomorrow during something. Because this is raw. This is going to be a raw thing. This is like what my life is what it's going to be. And that's what you're going to see. Now, I'm hopeful, and I know, I'm not hopeful, I know, I already know that, like, my life is going in a different direction, and I will keep it real throughout that, too. So, but for now, what you see is sort of what you get, and I just mastered how to make it look a little more polished, in a sense. But girl, she's still rough around the edges, honey. Like I said, I just told you guys, my family came from South Carolina, and honey, they were put into the hood of DC, and then later into Maryland. I already told you that, honey, so you already know where I come from. And for those of you who don't, do your research. I came from that area. The Washington, DC area is still not a joke, honey. Not in those little hood communities, okay? They don't play. So, but you know, she left all that behind her, honey. She's in a different zone now. Okay. So anyway, let me eat. I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, it's the next day. Welcome back. Today is Wednesday, and we are so excited. Yesterday was the first day of vlogging, and I had so much fun. I didn't actually get to vlog every single thing that I did because I was kind of like shy about it. I'm gonna get better at that. But the funny thing happened. One funny thing did happen. I was in Trader Joe's because I went to get a kombucha, and the woman at the checkout who was checking me out, she asked me because I had my camera in my hand because I had attempted to do some vlogging while I was out, which I did do some walking on the street, but I didn't do it in the actual stores. But she saw me and she saw like my look and everything, and she was like, "Oh, are you a YouTuber?" And in that moment, I felt like that was a moment of manifestation. So I said, "Yeah," and she was like, "Oh, really?" And her eyes kind of lit up, and I could tell that she was going to ask more information. And I was like, "Today's my first day." And she looked at me, and it was just a moment of like manifestation because I truly believe when you're on purpose and you're in the element of what you want, where you're called to be doing, or what's on purpose for you at that time, people see it. And for me, that was a moment of I took it as a compliment because in my mind, and all, yeah, sure, the camera, whatever, but in my mind, I felt like, wow, this is my first day of active vlogging, and I'm just here running an errand. And I'm sure, like YouTube girlies, I'm sure y'all get this all the time, but for me, it was the first time. So it meant something. Just like today, like yesterday, vlogging altogether was the first time. There was a lot of thought going into it up until I actually picked up the camera and did it. And I found a million excuses of why I should not be doing it or why I should wait or just all these things. And then I got sidetracked. And it's just like, that's off purpose, right? But what's on purpose is people actually in that moment unintentionally confirming what you're feeling and what you're doing. And for me, it was a grateful situation. And I'm just so happy about it. I'm happy that that happened to me. Good things happen all the time, by the way. I was just putting in my earrings. I'm dressed for today. We're going to head to H&M because I didn't get to go yesterday. So we're going to go and return that skirt. I was debating whether I was going to keep it or not, but it actually doesn't fit. It is just a tad too tight around the waist, and I'm not really into super tight clothing right now. I used to be, but I am really thoroughly into the oversized. You could call me the oversized queen. Um, and actually, I don't even wear clothes as oversized as I would like to, which is why I started shopping men's because of the size difference. So hopefully, I'm going to evolve into more of like what I actually want to do. So these are the earrings I'm wearing today. They're just like a fake, like stud or something, cubic zirconia. And my ear hole. So one of the things that I'm going to do soon, I'm actually in contact with the the office, the doctor's office that's going to do it. I had gauges here, if you can see. I used to have gauges in my ears, and I let them close up, so my ears are really big. So I can only really wear a stud that's not so heavy, and I have to have the back really tight on it, or else it'll fall out or it'll hang down or something like that. And that's not the look, honey. That is not the look. It might be someone's look, but it ain't mine. So I want to get my ears holes sewn up so I can start wearing like dainty earrings and like dinner earrings and things like that, like hangies. So we're gonna do that too. Tomorrow I'm gonna bring you guys with me. We're gonna do a laser appointment for the face. Now, this is something for me that is a real big insecurity, and I've worked through it, but it's taken years. It's like facial hair. Like, I don't know. A lot of trans women suffer with this. And for me, it was debilitating because A, I didn't like to see it. B, I didn't like to maintenance it, meaning I didn't like to be shaving my face and like having hair grow back and feeling the stubbles and the itchiness and all of that stuff. And for me, and most of the black people, you know what I'm talking about, you shave the hair and then all of a sudden you have like all these little bumps. Honey, the face be giving Nestle Crunch, baby. all those little bumps and stuff. And it was a lot. So for years, I've been doing laser hair removal and electrolysis. So now I don't really grow hair. Like you can see like little shadows and things like that from where it all happened, especially from the electrolysis and stuff. But it's gotten a lot clearer over time. We're going to be doing laser tomorrow. It's just a continuation of it. But I'm going to bring you guys with me because on my TikTok, I did post one of my laser sessions and it helped so many trans women and cisgender women. Like there were women on my page saying like, you know, thanks for being transparent because I talked about the insect. It was debilitating for me. I mean, literally. I could not look someone straight in the eyes and have a conversation with them because I was so insecure. Um, so I bring you guys with me to do that. And I guess that's all I really have to do. But we'll go to H&M today and then we'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, so let's get going. All right, I'm going to show you guys my outfit. Remember, I am not dressed for anything other than errands. So wait, let's figure out the zoom out. Okay. And look, there's my kit, my little vlogging kit that I'm using now. So happy for that. Anyway, jeans, blazer, shoe. Hold on, zoom in. Blazers, jeans, Oxford, and sweatshirt. So we're headed out. Glasses, errand bag, and let's do it. Oh, okay, so we've made it downtown Brooklyn. Now, this area is so cute. There are parts of Brooklyn that gives you, this is like Barrow Park, Barrow Hall, where the court building and everything is, where everyone gets like married and all that stuff. I've actually been to 2 weddings that have happened in that court building. But as you will see, there's like a lot of people around everywhere. It's typical, it's very typical like downtown for that. But honey, I had like a little moment just now. I was like, okay, do I let what took me down yesterday and like not vlog, or do I just do it? So we're doing it. So we are headed to H&M, which is just down the block here. And you guys have to bear with me because I am a little shy with this. But, and it's funny because I'm just like not a shy person, but whatever, let's do it. It also feels kind of like, I don't know. I'd be interested to talk to like people who, okay, here we go. We're gonna do it. We're gonna actually film in the store. Ooh, so shocked. I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it, and I'm not gonna be distracted by all of these things. Good morning. Oh. Little holiday cocktail party for the girls. But I'm not gonna be distracted by these things. Just gonna take care of my business and get out of here. Because it's hard. Well, I do kind of need this. This will be so cute for like a dinner party or something. I love a little sort of, but then my makeup, when I wear it, I don't always wear it, but when I do, oh. Just so we had something like that on. So cute. Alright. Okay, let's see what we came to do and go. I'll pick you guys up in a bit. What's up, Lucy? I'm back home, and this is Lucy May, my poodle, oh, I love this dog so much. Hey, Lucy. Say hi to the vlog, Lucy. They need to know that you are... Oops. This is one of the things that keeps me alive. She is one of the things in my life that fulfills that desire. Summer Pearl. Come here, Summer. Come here, Summer Pearl. And this is Summer Pearl. So Summer Pearl is my older dog. She is 7 and Lucy May's 1. So they're sisters and they love each other so much. And I had Summer Pearl. Summer Pearl changed my life actually because before summer I was reckless. I was like, Lucy May. I was like always going out. Get down, get down, get down, down. I was like always going out. Ugh. Sorry, baby. Always going out, always drinking. like, I don't know, relationships were terrible, desperate for a relationship, getting in all the wrong kinds of relationships. And then I got some of Pearl, and the going out stopped, the drinking so much stopped, and she gave me like this sense of responsibility. She's very stubborn, by the way. She's very particular. She's very finicky with food. You know, if she eats the wrong thing, she'll be sick for days. So she's been a handful her whole entire life. But all of that gave me like this sense of caution and care. So I'm really grateful for her for that. But Lucy May is so different. She's like carefree. She doesn't need a lot of anything. She loves you no matter what. She's playful. She loves kids. She loves like other dogs. She's not like a handful at all. I mean, she's a handful because she's a lot of energy. Lucy, what's going on? Because she's a lot of energy, but she is definitely a little more easygoing than Summer Pearl. So those are my babies. Get down. We are back from H&M. Oh wait, literally I was gone for about 30 minutes. You know, that was a really quick run. The return is made. I did not know when you make a return that they don't give you the tax you paid back. Huh. Let me just wait. The skirt was $35.99. Tax total. Oh, you know what? You don't pay tax in New York. Yeah, you don't pay tax. So there I go. So anyway, I'm gonna get myself motivated to do more vlogging. I'm going to watch vlogs today, cook dinner, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So I just got into, by the way, it's the next day and we are about to do our laser hair removal. Remember, we're doing the full face, and child, I look a mess today, but don't worry. I have all my protective creams and stuff, and we're just waiting for the technician to come in, and we're gonna get started in the room. The laser machine's right over there, and I'm gonna be laying right there, and I'm gonna bring you guys right on into the treatment, so don't go anywhere. We are about to do some laser hair removal. We're here with Miss Emma, and Miss Emma is going to make sure that we get all of this little fuzzy like peach fuzzes and things like that. Now remember, I told you guys before, I've done a ton of laser hair. I told you guys before, I've done a ton of laser hair removal, a ton of electrolysis. But I don't care what they say. They should change the name to laser hair lessening, not removal, because you will never 100% remove all of the hair. So you will always do maintenance work. And so that's what I like to call what I'm doing now, just a little maintenance work. Hi, Miss Emma.
Hi. Any retinol in the past week?
No retinol.
Antibiotics in the past 2 weeks?
No antibiotics.
Sun exposure or inject exposure in the past?
Nope.
Awesome. I'm just going to give you a quick one. Do you have anything on your skin currently?
I have a really expensive cream. Really expensive cream. So if you're going to laser, do not wear really expensive cream. We're not doing the neck.
At all?
No, because it's getting dark.
Okay.
So I want to do electrolysis. Right?
Yeah, if you... a little bit darker.
Really expensive cream on there, by the way. It's by Lynette.
How expensive?
Like $400. The man.
Okay. Where do you want to start? Where does your hair typically grow? Light right now.
doing a black skin level.
Come this way.
I'm so scared.
Chin up a little. Look my way.
I don't think I'm doing the lip.
Upper lip.
Not in that setting. Oh no, I would die.
Do you want me to do it on a higher level? On a lower level?
You think I would die?
I think it'll be really quick.
Okay, but let's do it last.
Okay, I'll do your lower. Look my way. Look.
How do you guys just hurt people? Isn't it hard to get that one? You just hurt it all the time. I know, that's a good slow.
I'm gonna do it right here. Upper lip, okay?
That chiller's aggressive. Woo! God help me.
Almost done. Awesome.
Woo! Hey, we are all set over here on our laser hair removal. I gotta tell you, that was painful. Miss Emma did another setting today. Previously, we had done. You want to get back, Miss Emma? Previously, we had done pretty high settings because my hair is so fine, just because of all the treatments. And today we took it up, to my surprise, to another level. I'm super happy about that because, again, I don't want to grow hair, so the less hair I have to manage, the better. Although now I really don't grow hair at all because I'm so regular with my treatments. But what will happen is my skin will it'll raise a little bit, almost like the beginning of a ingrown hair, but it never actually comes to fruition.
Okay, I'm just gonna wipe you up.
Okay, she's gonna wipe me off. And I'm really picky, so I don't do products after. And people really don't like that, but whatever. Emma's cool with it. I'll probably break out from this wipe.
Thank you. You're awesome.
Miss Emma, because I know
What's the
that.
aftercare?
No, I want to say that a lot of my target audience is going to be people who are going through laser hair removal or at some point in their life want to do it. What are the prep steps for laser hair removal? And what should someone know? What makes them a good candidate for laser hair removal?
So it's definitely the darker hair, so like black hair, brown hair. The laser, unfortunately, at least the one that we use, it doesn't catch blonde or red hair. No waxing for about 4 weeks prior. So you want to shave, because if there's no hair growth or hair there, then the laser isn't going to work to its full potential. Aside from that, you want to discontinue using retinol, specifically like in the treatment area.
Wait, you want to use retinol?
You don't want to use it.
I see. I see.
No Accutane in the past 6 months. No
Emma says, "Oh, it's just laser. Like, they don't think it's a big deal." And they are doing some of those things, and they go into their laser hair removal place, and they lie about it. So, say for instance, someone has been on antibiotics, and the questionnaire says, "Have you?" and they say no, but they have been. What are some things that can happen to them?
So some of the antibiotics are sun sensitizing or have photosensitivity, which just means that you are a little bit more sensitive to the sun. You are more prone to burning. So if I do go ahead and do the laser on someone who has had an antibiotic like that, it is a strong laser and it will burn, and it might not show up immediately, but it will show up a few weeks. A few days afterwards, probably.
And those burns are pretty like permanent,
Yes,
right?
and they're like circles. It's I wouldn't say it's permanent because if it's light enough, we can work with it. But sometimes it can cause hypopigmentation, which means that there is no more color in that
To
area.
come back, ever?
I mean, now dermatologists do things like microneedling with Latisse, things like that. So you would have to look into something that would deposit the color back.
I see. Okay. Thank you, Miss Emma. So, moral of the story is, please do not lie. And because let me tell you something, girl. I was that girl, honey. I was that girl. I would go in there and they would be like, "Did you do this?" I'm like, no, sure didn't. Sure didn't. But I was one of the lucky ones.